what a Pokemon presents, right? We got some updated information for Pokemon Snap, some raids for Pokemon Go, some raids for Sword and Shield. Am I missing anything else? Oh yeah, Diamond & Pearl remakes in Pokemon Legends Arceus. While I think the Sinnoh remakes were expected by most, no one expected a game that takes place in the past but has open world elements. I'm excited to see what the game's gonna be like. However, this has also left me with some questions about how this will affect the anime and where the story could be going. So I have a few different theories that I'd like to present. This one's the first thing that came to mind when the announcement happened, and that's that the anime will now be a 4-year anime instead of your standard 3-year anime. The last time we had 4 years in the anime was Diamond & Pearl, which went from about September of 2006 to about September of 2010. Looking at what happened around this time to cause the anime to go 4 years, Diamond & Pearl released 2006, and Platinum didn't release in 2007 like you would expect it to, instead in 2008. Then Heart Gold Soul Silver were in 2009, and Black and White released at September of 2010. So because they didn't have another generation of games between 2006 and 2010, they continued their story in the Sinnoh region. Assuming that's the case here, where Sword and Shield releases in 2019, the DLCs are 2020, the Diamond & Pearl remakes are 2021, and Pokemon Legends Arceus is 2022, with the new generation not coming until maybe 2023, I'm really worried for the anime. Even now, the anime feels like it's spinning its wheels because, unlike in the previous generations where Ash had the goal of a gym, plus whatever the plot of that current generation is, plus any side missions from the games like the Battle Frontier, finally leading up to the championship matches, Journeys isn't going like that. In fact, they already finished the main plot of Sword and Shield in 4 episodes, even though in the games, the story actually goes longer because you as the character have to find out about Dynamax spots and you have to go to the restaurant in Sirchester and things like that. That never happened in the anime. Instead, they jump straight to the final battle, and with Ash no longer doing a gym challenge, they've just been kind of spinning their wheels with Go capturing random Pokemon here and there, and Ash having a training battle every now and then. This is not sustainable if they're going to extend the series. In order to make that actually possible, they would need to legitimately extend the Isle of Armor story and the Crown Tundra story to be multi-parters, not just 4 episodes, so that they have a goal to strive towards. Otherwise, we're just going to go through the paper-thin plot in a matter of months and be stuck in filler hell for years. I really don't want that to happen, so I really hope this isn't the case. Because unless they drastically change the structure of the anime, this potential additional year could really negatively impact the anime. That also means that since it'll go 4 years instead of 3, that means that they will have episodes to promote the games. So they might have episodes where Dawn will most likely return in order to promote the games, similar to how Misty and Brock appear to promote Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Then later on, we could have like a Celebi time travel arc where our heroes get sent back in time to the period where Pokemon Legends takes place, and Go can help the character in that game develop the first ever Pokedex. That would make the most sense to me. Another theory is that they will go all in on the Pokemon Legends concept and the concept for having different types of games for each generation. That could mean that they finish up Ash and Go's journey and start a completely new anime that focuses on the past or the future or whatever is present in the games, similar to the Pokemon Adventures manga. The only reason I don't think this would happen, however, is the popularity of Ash and Pikachu in Japan. In the West, they're not as popular, people over here are kind of sick of them, but in Japan, they're still pretty popular, and switching off a main character after such a long time could negatively impact the animes. However, the anime is currently spinning its wheel like I said earlier, so I don't know, it might not be a bad idea. And similar to Journeys, that would also allow them to go to different regions for different years so that they don't have to stay in one place. They can always finish up one story quickly and then move on to another region as another game is coming out. And it also allows for character progression for the main characters of those series because they'll have a good idea of how long they have for the anime, so they'll know to start a trainer from the beginning and then end it wherever they want to end it, rather than have a 20-year character with little to no development left to do. Another theory, and this is the one that I hope really doesn't happen, is that Generation 9 is going to be released in November anyways, and since Legends Arceus is coming out in early 2022 instead of late 2022, it's not going to matter at all. In my opinion, that would be awful. More so for the game than in the anime. We know that Ilka Inc. are making Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so Game Freak hasn't split up its resources there. So let's say that they started working on Legends right around the middle of 2019. The main game development probably finished for Sword and Shield about 4 months before the release, and a small team was left behind to polish the game up while the rest of the team started working on Legends. If Generation 9 is coming in 2022, that means the game would have only been in development for maybe a year and a half at the most. Based on the leaked Sword and Shield prototype, even by March of 2018, they'd barely figured out how to import models into the games. It was a disaster, and we saw how that really turned out for Sword and Shield as a whole, as it was really hurt by that low development time. If they try to release Gen 9 in 2022, it might be even worse. But let's say that does happen regardless, my worst nightmare. That could also mean that the recent announcements really don't mean anything, and the story will wrap up regardless for Journeys. Starting around July of 2022, they would probably really start focusing on the final goals of the animes, meaning Ash's battles to rise up the ranks, and Go's goals to catch things, and the most likely scenario will end up being that Ash is going to end up losing the World Coronation Tournament, and he loses to a Generation 9 Pokemon similar to Johto, which inspires him to go on a journey to that next region. Go would then continue to stay in the professor's lab and continue to catch Pokemon as his goal. My final theory is one that seems far-fetched, but could be legitimately possible. Journeys, when it was being released, was hyped up as this new things for families to see, where even if you haven't watched Pokemon before, you could understand the story. That could mean that Journeys is going to be the main show from now on regardless of the games. They can do whatever with the main plot they need to, modernize it if they need to, go back in time if they need to, even go to side regions like the Lentil region to help capture pictures of Pokemon. Have Neo Team Galactic return to try and reclaim the Diamond and Pearl plot because Diamond and Pearl remakes are happening. Have Ash and Go to the new region when it comes up only for them to return to Kanto because that's their home base. Do the main plot of any game that's upcoming except everything continues to be the Ash and Go story. Now that would also mean that they would have to keep pushing back the World Tournament matches, but if they really want to keep Journeys as the main anime, I can actually see this happening in the future. I'm not sure which version of this I'd like to be true, most likely the third one where the anime timeline doesn't get affected, but hey, who knows, I could be wrong on this. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you want to happen? But other than that, that is it. Those are some of my theories on the latest Pokemon game announcements. What do you think will happen? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter @TheRealPDGaming, and that is it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.